Welcome to Nacio TV, Passaic News Channel.
Hi, we're here with Mr. Washington about the verdict. It was decided this week in Patterson about the police like 2 years ago.
Yes.
Can you tell our viewer what's your opinion?
Well, technically, I personally think that there was a fixed trial. I'm not in agreement with the verdict at all, but it was played according to their hands. The state basically gave over the case, is what we believe. It's not a matter of what I believe, it's a matter of what we believe, and we feel that the outcome should have been totally different.
Okay. So what you think about the verdict, and what's your name?
My name is John Willis. My thing about the verdict, like Brother Kasim Washington stated, we are not pleased with the outcome of the verdict. Me personally, I believe that it was a fix. When I say fix, I think that they have been brought, and I'm very upset about it. You know, in the community out here is upset about it as well. If you're asking me, I mean, there should have been more investigation into this matter, but from my understanding, I wasn't in the court when the verdict was rendered, but there were certain things that wasn't even brought up. So me personally, is very, very not satisfied with the verdict itself.
Okay, so what's your name?
I'm Deacon Eddie Little Jr., I'm the chairman of the Black Forum of Passaic.
Okay, we saw everything camera what happened that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the cops stopped the guy. What you think about the verdict? And do you think it's because the black community is coming more smaller every day in Passaic or New Jersey was faced the verdict?
The size of the black community is not, to me, that's not an issue.
Okay.
This could have happened to anybody. This is a matter of public safety for all people, because this could have happened to anybody of any age, any ethnic group. You know, all that is, people make that up just to divide people. I'm not even taking part of that. I'm not happy with the decision, but you know, I realize that the state did not do its job in prosecuting this case. If they did, then the outcome, I believe, would have been better. But they basically handed this case to him. And just listening to Judge Volkert, I was there in the courtroom, and when he started, the first 3 or 4 minutes he was talking, I knew that something was wrong. And I'm just thinking in my mind, you know, this ain't going right. It's definitely not going right. And sure enough, that's what happened. And we made a decision. I just, you know, it's like, wow, look at that. And but we have to, people in the grassroots community, we have to work harder. We have to do our job better to prevent things. We have to become proactive and not reactive.
So what's your name?
Eugenius Bay.
What you think about the verdict, and what's the next step that y'all thinking to do now?
Well, the verdict, the decision that the judge handed down was based on the evidence that was presented. The prosecutor did not present a nice case. They did not challenge anything that Rios attorneys presented, and they could have. We take, for example, the video, which showed that there was violence and brutality. They were allowed to bring in an expert to contest that and say that the way that he used the collapsible baton was a classical example. The prosecutor did not contest that. The prosecutor did not contest Holloway's mother's description of her son as being violent. All of that could have been challenged. So here's what we end up with. The prosecutor, the judge, and the police officers are all on the same team. And to think that they were going to go against one another for justice is not going to happen. So what the community is left with, one, we need more lawyers. We need to teach our kids law. They need to go to law school. And we need to educate ourselves, because we're not going to get justice from the system. They wanted this precedent set so that they don't have to prosecute other cases. And it also gives the police officers the green light that they could do whatever they want to do.
Okay, so you don't think it's going to be that safety is in danger?
Is the community in danger?
Yeah, with the safety.
Yes, safety is an issue. The only reason why you don't see rioting and you don't see people in the streets is because Kasim Washington has asked everyone to stand down.
Right. Absolutely. Right.
That's the only reason why you have it, because there was a meeting last night. Folks is ready to get it on last night, and they are serious because they have nothing to lose. The only reason why you see peace and calm right now is because of Kasim Washington.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
Kasim,
Yes, sir.
my two questions. The first one is, what the family going to do now with this verdict?
Say that again.
The family, what are they thinking to do? They going to go to a higher level of justice, or?
Well, as of right now, the family has been out of touch with the community here in the city of Passaic, so I can't speak on behalf of the family no longer. I only can speak now on behalf of the community, because the family initially, what they did was they cut me off, or cut us off from everything when they got their little funding. So we don't know where the family stand. We don't know their mind state. They don't accept our calls. They haven't been here. I mean, why is it that your child could be beat and you could raise a lot of hell 2 years ago, but when the verdict come down, you don't even come to court? So we're not here to talk about, me personally, I can't speak on their behalf.
And the last question is, you have a meeting today with Richard Diaz and the mayor.
Yes.
What was talked in the meeting?
Well, it was a very, 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 and I stress the word very, it was a very productive meeting, because what happened was Mayor Dr. Alex Blanco, along with Chief Diaz, we came, they were very polite. We came to a agreement that they are going to implement some new things in the city that actually hasn't taken place amongst anybody who dealt with brutality issues. For example, they orchestrated and they exposed to us an agreement level that they were going to have zero tolerance for brutality. That's on our end as well as their end. And they themselves are going to make that statement. And because Brother Bay, he's the one who literally possess all the like our legal forms and things of that nature, and he has right now and ready. We was gonna sue we was gonna file a suit for discrimination, racial profiling, I'm missing something, and police brutality. But because Chief Diaz and Mayor Blanco was more in favor of leveling the field, that all of that is on hold right now. Because they are going to do a lot of things that we agree with. For example, they're going to enhance the training for the officers, because the officers have to become community friendly and not just come to work just for that check and disrespect us. And we cannot disrespect them just because they have authority over us to a certain degree. So we are truly in favor, and we welcome working with the Chief Diaz and Mayor Dr. Alex Blanco.
You got any last word to our community?
I'm gonna let him come in. Any last word to the community?
Well, I just like to say on behalf of Brother Kasim Washington, is that when we did meet up with the mayor and the Chief Diaz, and like you said, it was a very productive meeting. But one thing that came out of this meeting was an understanding. And me personally, like I said when I was in their office, is that I felt the trust of both of them with the information that we received, and I really trust and believe that Chief Diaz and Mayor Blanco is going to do what they say they were going to do.
You want to say in Spanish to the people who don't speak English?
Para la gente que no habla inglés, ten cuidado.
Ten cuidado. Your last word for our community?
The agreements that were made at the meeting today, and I agree, it was a productive meeting, were very positive. But as long as Mayor Blanco and Chief Diaz, as long as they hold up their end, we'll hold up ours. But if they break it, then bets are off.
All right, Mr. Washington, you got something to say that?
What I would like to say is this. I am totally in favor, myself working along with the other activists, to build a more better and stronger relationship with our Latino brothers and sisters, because we are not looking upon this as Rios as being a Puerto Rican man against Ronnie Holloway as a black man. Right. What we're looking at as a bad cop against a good civilian, a citizen. So also I want to say that according to Dr. Blanco and Mayor Blanco and Chief Diaz, they're going to put forums together where they're going to have selective officers come with experience to come into the community and work with us in giving classes on the do's and the don'ts, far as us as citizens and as the officers as officers. So whenever you see the forum, we ask that everybody come out, and also it's mandatory that when an officer comes upon you, you must comply with what he says, whether you are right or wrong, because if you don't comply, you will be resisting arrest, and we do not want anybody to resist arrest, because the tension has to cease, and it's time for us to start building forums and coming together united as one city.
My question now is, you think if the camera wasn't there that day, the security camera, the history would be different?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Yes.
It was different in May of 2008.
Hey, listen, it was different with the camera.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your time, guys.
And we thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.